We're talking today about what to do when you're discouraged. Have you been discouraged before? Has that ever happened to you? Oh, it's happened to me all the time. Well, I have a simple solution for you today so that whenever you think about this story, it's going to help you get through those hard times. It's going to help you keep pressing forward. It's going to help you never give up so that you can absolutely get what you want. All right, thank you so much for joining me today on Core Stories. This is amazing stuff. I hope you're enjoying this series. I hope you like this. Today is a very unusual day. I'm going to do something that I've never done before. I'm going to read some things to you. I know that sounds boring, but this is a never before published script that I'm going to share with you. I'm a screenwriter, I'm a filmmaker, and this is a short film that has been in my mind for years, I'm thinking probably about 12 years now. And I'm an entrepreneur, and whenever things get really hard, when it seems dark, when it seems like things are not going to work out for me, I remember the story of Mel Farr. Remember that name, Mel Farr. People don't know about him. This is a largely unknown story. This is an unshot script. I'm still hoping to do this someday. It's an amazing story. But whenever I get discouraged, I remember what Mel Farr did. This is a true story, and it is the miracle behind the Miracle Bowl. If you've heard about the 1980 team that staged an amazing comeback. So I'm going to share this with you. I realize it may be a little bit boring with me reading, but I hope you put up with that so that you can listen to the story. Listen to what Mel Farr does. Listen to the message, and then whenever you are discouraged, whenever you think you can't do it, whenever you think you're down and out, remember Mel Farr. The year was 1980. A little-known team from Brigham Young University was playing against the powerhouse from SMU in the Holiday Bowl. For the first 56 minutes, the mighty Mustangs dominated, taking a commanding 45-25 lead over the small team from BYU. But with just 4 minutes left, BYU staged an amazing comeback, one that would go down as one of the greatest finishes ever in college bowl history. A comeback that would forever label this game the Miracle Bowl. Down by 20 points, Jim McMahon threw a touchdown pass to Matt Braga. For the fourth time that day, they tried for a two-point conversion and failed. But on the next play, they recovered an onside kick. Down by 14, 2:31 left to play. They quickly marched down the field, ending the drive with a 1-yard touchdown run by Scott Phillips. Down by 8. After failing 4 times, they again tried for a 2-point conversion, this time successfully. 1 minute and 58 seconds left. On the Mustangs' next possession, the Cougar defense forced them to punt. With only 13 seconds left, they blocked the kick. The Cougars took over on the 40-yard line and threw 2 incomplete passes, no good. 3 seconds left, down by 6, 41 yards to go. McMahon launches a Hail Mary pass. You know, it'd be an amazing finish and a miraculous finish, really, but that's not the whole story. Most people don't know the real story behind the Miracle Bowl because most people don't know about Mel Farr. He never scored a touchdown, never made the highlight reel. In fact, he never played in a single game. He was the 25-year-old, 5'4" equipment manager. The real story, the real miracle, actually started the night before the game. So now we cut to the scene. Mel is cleaning up the mess from the team meeting. Paper plates and Dixie cups are strewn around the room. As he approaches McMahon, Jim pushes his plate to the floor. Mel says, "Hey, I'm not your mother." McMahon says, "No, you're my personal slave." Mel hesitates, then picks up the trash off the floor. At the front of the room, the team captain is finishing up. "Any last remarks before tomorrow night's game?" And McMahon, he was kind of cocky. "Yeah, I'd like to say a few things." McMahon steps forward, pushes through legs on the table to stand at the front of the room. "Except for that game in New Mexico, we've had a pretty great year. Broken a few records, thank you, scored a few touchdowns, and now we're going to show SMU how it's done." One of the players yells to him, "You going to do this by yourself?" "I was thinking about it." don't get cocky. We've never even won a bowl game in the history of our school. And these guys, they're way out of our league. We're just lucky to be here. The room gets quiet. This is uncomfortable truth. Well, I guess I'm going to need some help then, McMahon says. He looks around the room. I need one guy, just one of you, and the toughest one. And together he and I will beat SMU. Who's it going to be? Vi? He looks at Vi Sikahema. He says, hey, I'm tough, but I'm not as tough as Glenn. He's scary tough. Glenn Rudd is at the back of the room. He cracks his knuckles. You don't even want to start with me, Jim. How about Mel? One of the players yells. He can rip phone books in half with his bare hands. The players laugh. This ought to quiet McMahon down. Mel stops cleaning and looks around the room. Lots of eyes are on him. We want Mel! We want Mel! We want Mel! Everyone's chanting. Mel sets his garbage sack aside and runs to the front of the room, completely hyped. The players cheer. At the back of the room, a player pulls a phone book from the drawer and passes it forward through the crowd, each player passing it up the next row. When it finally reaches Mel, his jaw drops. The book is huge. One of the players says, I saw him do this trick in Wyoming. And the other player tells him, yeah, but that was Laramie. This is San Diego, man. Look at the size of that book. He just can't do it. Mel looks at the phone book, then at the crowd of large football players. Nervously, he accepts the book. Okay, Mel, let's see what you can do, McMahon says. Mel positions the pages slightly fanned out and begins trying to get his hands around the book with any sort of leverage. This is a big book. He looks up. Everybody's still watching. Still trying to get his leverage, he turns the book over and tries on that side. He's having trouble even holding it. Players from the back of the room are trying to see. Others are shaking their heads. He just can't do it. With all the energy, he starts wrestling the book. He's completely committed, but he's not getting anywhere. A few snickers from the crowd. McMahon glances around the room. They're starting to get restless. Time to move on. Mel is still wrestling the book. More players are shaking their heads. Then a shout from the back of the room. Good effort, Mel. Good enough. And Mel goes, no! He puts even more effort into the book. Sweat's pouring from his brow. Some of the players start laughing. McMahon now looks interested. He's still wrestling the book without a hint of success. Give it up, man, one of the players yells. No! Never give up, says Mel. The players start looking at each other. What's this little guy doing? The room gets quiet. McMahon appears moved by his dedication. He steps up and puts his arm around him. Nice try, valiant effort. Mel shrugs him off and pushes him away. No! Never give up. His kindness spurred, McMahon returns to his seat. Mel's completely absorbed in the book, intensely. The room falls silent. Now all of the players are giving their full attention to Mel. We focus on the players as they study his dedication. A large linebacker stands up. You can do it, Mel! And then everyone starts chanting, Mel, 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 Mel. The rest of the team joins in. Soon the room is filled with chanting and shouts of encouragement. The noise and the excitement build to a fervor. Suddenly, like a crack of lightning, the book tears in half. Everyone jumps to their feet. In one smooth, beautiful motion from the tear, Mel throws the book through the air into the middle of the room, and it's like confetti. He yells, never give up! Pieces of the torn book fly in the air as all the players scramble to get a piece of the book. It's like a ticker tape parade as the room is filled with the torn pieces of the phone book and celebrating players. That's where the miracle started. And when the team was down by 20 points, with 4 minutes to go in the game, and the fans were leaving and the players were discouraged, Mel walked the sideline shouting, never give up! And they didn't give up. That's the story behind the Miracle Bowl, and it really was a miracle, because miracles are what happen when somebody truly believes. I believe in miracles. I was there. I'm Coach Lavelle Edwards, and I hope that in your great challenges, when you're down and time is running out and it seems like there's no possible way you can win, I hope you never, ever give up. And then the last shot is actually a shot of Mel and Coach Lavelle Edwards and Cosmo out on the field. Mel looks victorious and Coach Lavelle Edwards looks stunned. I actually presented this script to Lavelle Edwards when he was still alive and shared the story with him, and he said that's just how I remember it. I want you to remember the story of Mel Farr whenever you are feeling down, whenever you're feeling like giving up, whenever you're feeling like you just can't make it. Yes, you may be down, but you're never out. What are your thoughts? You've had time to think. Now it's time for you to share. In the comments section below, share your thoughts, ideas, and questions, especially any insights that inspired you to take action. Of course, the best place to take action is at scottwilhite.com, because if you join me for a free web class, I will reward you with a purpose planner so you can start each day with confidence, clarity, and conviction. Your identity is your most valuable possession. It's who you are, why you're here, and what you stand for. Choose your beliefs and pick your identity. It is choice, not chance, that determines your reality. See you next time.